The topic of abortion is complex and involves legal, ethical, religious, social, public health aspects, and, most importantly, it involves women. It concerns women's bodies, women's rights, women's choices, and women's emotions. Do you agree? It also involves the rights of the fetus and more. Here, we will talk about abortion due to rape, child abortion, abortion for the health of the mother, abortion due to fetal issues, and other reasons. We will also discuss the legalization of abortion, the support for these women, controversies, the arguments against abortion, and more. Enjoy our video and follow our channel. Let's go. Reproductive rights and women's autonomy are fundamental pillars to ensure that all women can make informed and free decisions about their health and reproductive lives. Women must be protected against any form of violence, coercion, or discrimination related to their reproductive health. This includes harmful practices such as forced sterilization, obstetric violence, and coercive control over reproductive decisions. Women's decisions about their bodies and health should be respected and kept private, protecting their dignity and personal integrity. Induced abortion, or voluntary termination of pregnancy, is a practice that dates back thousands of years, with historical records in various cultures and civilizations. However, perceptions and regulations have varied greatly over time and across societies. Reasons for abortion. Reason number 1, maternal health. Does it matter to you? Medical conditions like preeclampsia, cancer, or other serious issues can put the pregnant woman's life at risk. For example, Ireland faced a strong controversy in 2012 with the case of Savita Halappanavar, who died after being denied an abortion during a severe pregnancy complication, sparking an international debate about the country's restrictive laws at the time. Reason number 2, fetal problems. Conditions such as anencephaly or other severe malformations may lead to the decision to terminate the pregnancy. In some countries, there are heated debates about whether and when such abortions should be allowed. Reason number 3, personal and social circumstances. Women facing extreme poverty, domestic violence, or lack of social support may opt for abortion. For example, the issue of abortion in cases of rape is often highlighted, where the victim may face significant psychological and social trauma. Does this matter to you? Let's draw a link to abortion in cases of rape. Controversial but very necessary. We can never stop talking about this. Abortion in cases of rape is a particularly delicate and controversial issue, involving ethical, legal, and emotional considerations. This type of abortion is often debated in terms of human rights, bodily autonomy, and compassion for victims of sexual violence. Let's go over the main points and a real example. What are the considerations for abortion due to rape? Do you know? Leave a comment if I missed something. First consideration, trauma and mental health. Rape victims often face significant psychological trauma. A pregnancy resulting from rape can exacerbate this trauma, leading to severe emotional crises and post-traumatic stress disorders. What do you think about this? I want to know. Second consideration, rights and autonomy. Many argue that forcing a rape victim to continue a pregnancy is a violation of her rights and autonomy, inflicting additional and prolonged suffering. Have you experienced this or know someone who has? Third consideration, legality and access. Laws on abortion in cases of rape vary widely around the world. In some countries, abortion is permitted in rape cases, while in others, it may be completely prohibited or allowed only under specific circumstances. What do you think about legalization? We'll talk more about this. Fourth consideration, stigma and support. Women who become pregnant as a result of rape may face social stigma and a lack of support, both emotional and financial, which makes the situation even more challenging. Let's look at a real example. The case happened in Argentina. One of the most notorious cases involving abortion due to rape that gained media attention occurred in Argentina, known as the case of Girl X. In 2019, an 11-year-old girl, known as Lucia, a pseudonym to protect her identity, became pregnant after being raped by her grandmother's boyfriend. The case occurred in the province of Tucumán, and the girl and her family requested a legal abortion, which is allowed in Argentina in cases of rape or risk to the mother's life. Of course, there were controversies and impasses, don't you agree? The case generated significant controversy when health authorities delayed responding to the abortion request, and anti-abortion groups tried to prevent the procedure, arguing in favor of the fetus's life. This hesitation and delay resulted in a legal and media battle, with society deeply divided between those who supported Lucia's right to terminate the pregnancy and those who opposed it for religious or moral reasons. Eventually, after weeks of delay and under public and legal pressure, the abortion was performed. However, due to the delay, the girl was subjected to a cesarean section to terminate the pregnancy, as the abortion procedure at an advanced stage became more complex and risky. The repercussions of the AX case led to an intense debate about women's and children's rights in Argentina and the need to ensure safe and timely access to abortion in cases of rape. It also highlighted the failures of the health and justice systems in protecting victims of sexual violence, especially minors. Just the reasons for abortion. Reason number 4, personal choice. In countries where abortion is legal and safe, many women opt for the procedure for various personal reasons, such as family planning, career issues, or simply not being ready to become mothers. Reason number 5 is very important: abortion in adolescence. Adolescent abortion is a particularly sensitive and complex issue, involving aspects of health, reproductive rights, sexual education, and socio-cultural issues. I want to talk more about this. What are the reasons for adolescent abortion? Follow me in the comments. Lack of preparedness for motherhood. Adolescents are often not emotionally or financially prepared to care for a child. Teenage pregnancy can interrupt education and negatively impact career opportunities and financial future. Physical and mental health. Pregnancy and childbirth in adolescence can pose higher health risks, including obstetric complications. Additionally, the psychological impact of an unwanted pregnancy can be significant, especially if the young woman does not have adequate support. Do you agree or disagree? Social pressure and stigmatization. In some communities, the stigma associated with teenage pregnancy is strong, which can lead to decisions to abort to avoid social or familial ostracism. Inadequate sexual education. Lack of access to accurate and comprehensive information about sexual and reproductive health, as well as contraceptive methods, can result in unwanted pregnancies. And the challenges? Parental consent. In many places, laws require minors to obtain parental consent to abort, which can be a significant barrier. Some adolescents may fear repercussions or be forced to continue the pregnancy against their will. Access to healthcare services. Access to safe and legal abortion services may be limited for adolescents, especially in regions where abortion is highly regulated or stigmatized. Legal and social consequences. In some countries or states, abortion laws can be strict, and adolescents may face significant legal barriers. Additionally, fear of social judgment or discrimination can influence the decision to seek an abortion. Real-life examples. Example number 1. Rape cases. Unfortunately, many adolescents become pregnant as a result of rape or sexual abuse, adding a layer of trauma and complexity to the decision about abortion. In many countries, including some U.S. states, laws allow abortion in rape cases, but these may be contested or limited. Example number 2. Personal stories. Many young women who undergo abortions report feelings of relief, but there are also cases of regret or emotional difficulties. Psychological and social support is crucial to help these young women process their experiences and move forward. We also need to talk about education and support for our adolescents. Comprehensive sexual education. Implementing comprehensive sexual education programs can help prevent unwanted pregnancies, equipping young people with knowledge about contraception and sexual health. Public policies and access to healthcare. Ensuring that adolescents have access to reproductive healthcare, including safe and legal abortion, is crucial to protecting their rights and well-being. The issue of adolescent abortion often raises debates about youth autonomy, parental responsibility, and reproductive rights. Ethical discussions may involve questions of maturity and decision-making capacity of adolescents, as well as the role of the state and family in protecting minors. Many arguments are made against abortion. Do you agree? Let's discuss them. Right to life. Pro-life groups argue that abortion is morally equivalent to murder, as it involves the termination of a potential human life. This argument is often based on religious or philosophical beliefs about when life begins. Religious values. Many religions, including Catholicism, condemn abortion. In many majority religious countries, this strongly influences legislation and public opinion. Pope John Paul II, for example, was a vocal critic of abortion, calling it a culture of death. Ethical issues. Beyond religious arguments, there are debates about the ethical impact of allowing abortion, especially in the later stages of pregnancy. Issues about the moral status of the fetus and the rights of potential parents are also commonly discussed. Psychological impact. Some studies suggest that abortion can have negative psychological effects, such as post-abortion syndrome. However, the scientific community is divided, with many studies showing that most women do not experience significant adverse psychological effects. What do you think about this? Tell me in the comments. We must not forget to talk about legalization and political debates. The legalization of abortion is a highly divisive topic, with countries adopting a wide range of approaches. For example, United States, the 1973 Roe v. Wade decision legalized abortion nationwide, but since then, there have been numerous attempts to limit access through state legislation. Recent cases like Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization, 2022, have challenged this precedent, sparking intense debates over women's rights. Latin America, countries like Argentina and Mexico have seen recent movements toward the legalization of abortion, often facing strong opposition from religious and conservative groups. In 2020, Argentina legalized abortion up to the 14th week, a historic victory for women's rights movements. In Brazil, the issue is highly controversial. Many advocate for abortion rights, but the country's political climate and patriarchy are significant obstacles. There have been cases where 11-year-old girls, victims of rape, were denied abortions, highlighting the complexities and challenges faced. Poland, known for its restrictive laws, Poland experienced mass protests after nearly all abortions were banned, even in cases of fetal malformation. More real-life experiences. Let's dive in. Jane Doe. This pseudonym is often used in legal cases to protect the identities of women seeking abortions under controversial circumstances. A notable example is a detained immigrant teenager in the U.S. who fought for her right to an abortion, highlighting issues of immigrant rights and bodily autonomy. Norma McCorvey. Jane Roe, the woman behind the famous Roe v. Wade case, initially sought the right to an abortion but later became an anti-abortion activist, illustrating the complex and often contradictory personal experiences surrounding this issue. In conclusion, promoting women's rights and autonomy is fundamental to achieving gender equality and ensuring that all women have the same opportunities to thrive and live fulfilling, healthy lives. What would you like to hear about next? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching.